Well, I remember a couple of people said that the Chicago Bulls wasn't going to be that bad defensively. The defense looks like absolute trash. The Bulls defense looks like absolute god awful, into the gutter trash. Now, let's start with the positive. We'll get to the defense. So far at half, Kobe White's leading the Bulls in scoring, 5 of 13 from the field, 1 of 5 from three-point range, 15 points. He has 3 rebounds, 1 assist. You also got Ayo Dosunmu coming off the bench. He's 4 of 9 from the field with 10 points. He's the only Bulls player with a positive plus minus other than Julian Phillips. But Julian Phillips hasn't taken a shot in this game. So it comes down to that. And then also you got Nikola Vucevic with 6 points, Patrick Williams with 4 points, Zach LaVine with 7 points in this game. He's 3 for 8. The Bulls are collecting 38.9% from the field, 17% from three-point range. They're getting out-rebounded in this game as well by 3 right now. We have 10 assists on 21 made baskets. It's not looking great. Now, this is preseason, so I'm not going to overrank it or anything like that. But I will say this. Some of the things that you can notice from this game is that, A, the Bulls with Nikola Vucevic in the game with this play style, it's just not going to work. I'm sorry, it's just not going to work. I don't see how the Bulls are going to try to play fast and it work with Nikola Vucevic. Vuce has the worst plus-minus on the team with -9 overall. The team's overall worst lineup right now is its starting lineup. Out of all the lineups that the Bulls have played so far in this game, the starting lineup has the worst point differential. Now, that's going to be a thing. They've played the most minutes as well of any lineup. Yes. The only lineup with a positive plus minus is the lineup with Ayo Dosunmu, Josh Giddey, Julian Phillips, Zach LaVine, and Nikola Vucevic as well in that. But if you guys paid attention to this game, the tone, the pace, everything in this game was much different when Ayo Dosunmu came into this game. Ayo Dosunmu, and I had a fear of this, right? I'm not saying it again, one preseason game, but the Bulls traded for Josh Giddey, and it may end up being that Ayo Dosunmu is the better one to be next to Kobe White and play the point guard. That's what it could be. Because Ayo Dosunmu came in this game, him and Jalen Smith came into this game, and everything changed for the Chicago Bulls when that happened. Now, the Bulls are working out their kinks. Again, as I told you guys, let's not overreact or anything to a preseason game, but I'm just looking at what we have so far. Right now, listen, for Bulls fans that try to convince themselves the defense wasn't going to be that bad. I've talked to the guys in the comment section. I've talked to a lot of people that try to tell me, Haize, you're crazy. This defense is going to be okay. The three-point shooting is going to be okay. It's not. It's just not. And, that is what it is. That we knew that was going to be a deficiency of this team coming into this season, right? We knew that. Now, some people try to think that it was going to be a little bit different, but it's not. The defense of this team and the three-point shooting is going to be absolutely trash. It's going to be absolutely trash. Who said that we thought it's over, right? Who said that? It's not that it's over, but it's just that you got to realize that some things stylistically aren't just going to work. Nikola Vucevic is not going to work with this starting lineup. He's just not. I'm sorry. And it could be a thing where they try to slow it down to accommodate him more. But listen, the defense is trash. The defense is trash. I mean, the Bulls, it's not even just, keep in mind, our starters stayed out there longer than the Cleveland Cavaliers starters. The Cleveland Cavaliers starters, all of them played 12 minutes or 9 minutes. The Bulls starters have played, the minimum that the Bulls starters played is 13 minutes. That's with Patrick Williams. And we've gotten cooked out there by the Cavs bench players. That's a little bit of a concern there. That is a little bit of a concern out there. And we'll see how it develops. This, again, first preseason game. New team, new style of play, new pieces. But right now, hey, man, things aren't looking great. Joe the Blacksmith says, yikes, shooting and defense was terrible. Absolutely god-awful and trash. Phillips looks like he got some – Julian Phillips, he did look good out there. Again, didn't take a single shot, which, maybe him understanding what his role and his strengths are going to be. He didn't take a single shot, but, yeah. Why Zach ain't playing towards his strength? I would say Zach is actually playing towards his strength. He hasn't isolated. He's only had one isolation possession so far in this game. But again, they aren't really calling catch and shoot plays for him, right? So we need to do that a little bit better as well. So let's see how we go. Let's see how we play the second half. Yeah, let's hope so. Right now, we're collectively shooting terrible right now. I'm going to try to be patient with P. Will. I'm going to take him some time acclimated, take him some time to get acclimated again. Very well could. Very well could. I really like what I'm seeing from Kobe, Io, and Modest. Kobe and Io look like true leaders out there. And just from the first impression, Modest looks like he belongs out there. No deer in the headlights energy. Just a fact. 7 minutes played by Modest Bucilis. No Torrey Craig. No, and you may not see those veterans, right? That doesn't mean that they're not going to be in the rotation. But I do think it's something to be said. I mean, the lineups basically worked out the way that I thought. Io DeSumo and Jalen Smith have both gotten double-digit minutes off the bench. Modest Bucilis has played 7 minutes, and Julian Phillips has played 7. Now, we haven't seen any Dalen Terry, Arnold Apatim, Adama Sanogo, any of those guys. I think we see them some in the second half of this game, but overall right now, Isaiah says Levine fouling a three-point shooter is bad nostalgia. Very bad nostalgia. Mr. Noid in the building says, well, the defense stinks. The defense is absolutely god-awful. I'm sick, bro. I can't watch the game on Infinity. And it also blacked out on League Pass right now. Whoa, that's why you go to Stream East, my brother. Stream East. Thank me later. Kobe Io Modest looking good. Modest definitely looks better than Giddey, which is crazy. Zach is doing a good job at fitting in. He's just there ready to pop threes. Well, we need a little bit more than that from Zach. That's why it was good to see him score on that one isolation possession that he did have where he scored on the fadeaway. That was good to see because we're going to need some of that. But yeah, Modest Bucilis might be him. He may be. Modest Bucilis in 7 minutes, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 4 points. Solid. Is Cleveland the hot spot for white people now? I've never seen so many of my kind on a basketball court since the Jim Crow era. Cleveland is the epitome of whitedom. I almost tore my meniscus getting to these comments. That is hilarious. Don't tear your meniscus getting to the comments. Damn. Vooch is cooked. Let's just call a spade a spade. Yeah, I mean, Vooch he's not going to fit in on this team. I just don't see it. What's going on, brother? This is from Matthew. Ready for another C-Red year. Looking forward to all the hangout. Side note, what the fuck is that vertical scoreboard? Well, I don't mind it. I get that CHSN is trying to have their own look to distinguish them from what NBC Sports Chicago was. I don't hate it, but I wish it was in the bottom instead of the top. Like, I think if the vertical scoreboard was in the bottom left or the bottom right instead of at the top, because it kind of blocks the actual backboard when the Bulls are on that side. So I think they want to move that around. Keep in mind, I mean, rookie production from CHSN as well. Hopefully they're adaptable and they start fixing some things. From Vaughn, Zach looks faster than ever, and I'm cool off coach. He got to get traded. Yeah, I said coach. That's crazy. Cooch. Oh, wow. My old man eyes. Cooch. Wow. Yeah. Question. What would you change going into the second half, Coach Haize? All right. Let me put on the coaching hat. What would I change going into the second half? I would change. I'd run Jalen Smith out there with my starters coming out of the second half, and I'd see what that looks like in transition. That would be one of the first changes that I make, as well as I'm running more pick and pops, or not pick and pops, pin downs and catch and shoot opportunities for Zach and Kobe White. I'm doing that a lot. I want to see Kobe White score off a couple pin downs myself. I'm going to run a high post with Jalen Smith and Kobe White as well. A high post screen. I think that could work to get Kobe White maybe a lane to get to the rim, which he's been really effective at so far. And then also, I'm bringing in some energy off the bench. This may surprise some people, but I'm actually going to bring EJ Liddell to get him a couple of extra minutes off that bench as well. Vooch defense is terrible. P. Will looking a little lost, but if they make just 3 or 4 threes, it's a close game, but at least they're shooting more threes. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to give them credit for shooting more threes and shooting it this fucking terrible, though. Like, at that point, stop shooting threes. Like, yeah. Bulls look out of shape. They had a great summer. That's crazy. The defense is shit and 3-point shooting is worse. Man, y'all killing them. The Bulls defense look worse than this dumbass score. Oh, we already read that. How did we get back up here? Haize on that blue Bulls energy is wild. K-Trip, they all over the place and they're not communicating on defense. They has always been a problem with the Bulls. That's why the defense looked better with Ayo Dosunmu out there. Ayo Dosunmu is communicating on that defensive side of the ball, and we need to see a little bit more of that, I think, as well. So he's right. It's the first game, but the defense is trash, though. How you letting Mobley cut? Listen, they're getting whatever they want. They're getting whatever they want. It's barbecue chicken out there, man. I agree with Stacey. Modest looks like he would make a good small forward. I mean, listen, I know people are talking about Modest as a power forward. I know that's what the position he was listed at on draft boards and things like that. But the thing is, I mean, it's the modern NBA. He can play either one. I actually got happy when it went to halftime. They looked terrible. It looked bad, bro. It definitely looked bad. It looked bad out there, man. Thule in the building. Shout out to Thule. Says, I think Billy going to spend the preseason figuring out his road. Facts. I agree with you. I agree with you on that one. I agree with you. Jigsaw Puzzle Bulls team. That is hilarious, JDH. Hilarious. Rave Kingdom. Lonzo ain't even playing. Proves y'all need Zoe to start for the. Come on, bro. No. What the fuck are you? Listen, Rave Kingdom. I saw you spewing that dumb. That dumb shit goes over with people who don't really read the comments. You're not going to start a player who's not playing back-to-backs and is going to be on a minutes restriction. That's just idiotic. Like, I get it that you like being under Lonzo Ball's ball sack, but take your nose from underneath the sack just a little bit, right? Like, stop eating so much from under cheese and let your nostrils and your brain acclimate to regular air instead of ball sack air, and then maybe regular thinking will start for you. Maybe that will help the blood flow to your brain when you stop sniffing ball sack all day long. Like literally. Stop, you're sniffing a lot of gooch, bro. And listen, if you like eating gooch, that's your thing. That's fine, Rave Kingdom. That's fine. Eat as much gooch as you like, right? But when we're talking basketball, just come up off the gooch a little bit, just a little bit, right? Just to get some fresh air circulating in those nostrils. Stop breathing out your mouth because you've been eating ass so much, and just let the actual basketball knowledge come across for you, my boy. Just let it come across just a little bit, just a tad bit there, bro. Just a tad bit. Just a tad bit, just a little bit, man. New Year, same problems. Yeah, I mean, it's just a little different, man. Just a little different, bro. Just a little different. Hey, your jokes are hilarious and crazy. Listen, man, it is what it is, man. Lonzo coming off the bench most of the season. Absolutely he will. If Kobe White gets his legs under him on the shots and start hitting on his shot and start hitting them, start hitting them, he could definitely take that next step. I think he's going to take that next step regardless. He's definitely going to take that next step. Hey, yes, this is the type of roasting we love on the channel. Hey, listen, you always going to get roasting, bro. It's always going to get roasted. I mean, Zoe is important, but why y'all mugs think a man that ain't played in 3 years that has your grandmama knee that she used is going to start, bro? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. No, listen, that's not at Lonzo. Lonzo is going to come and play, and I think Lonzo is going to be good for the Bulls in the time that he plays. I really do think that. So that's not against Lonzo Ball. Let me be clear. I think Lonzo's basketball IQ and his passing, if the defense isn't there, if the shooting isn't there, Lonzo's basketball IQ and his passing is going to help this team a lot, especially coming off the bench where you don't have the best isolation basketball scores. I think he's going to help a lot. But it's the stands that think like, oh, well, you got to start him, whatever. It's like, come on, man. What are we doing, bro? Good to see Teddy Roosevelt making a cameo in preseason. That's just Haize, bro. That's literally just Haize, man. Controversial topic, but I see Levine getting benched for Ayo somewhere down the line. You think they're going to start Ayo at the 3? You think they'll start Ayo at the 3? Lonzo's knees are made out of paper towels from the porta. That's crazy. That's wild. That's crazy. Why did you say something like Ayo looks good and that's what you were afraid of? You could have. So I was gonna say that what I was afraid of is that Ayo is going to look so good this year that it makes the Josh Giddey acquisition look like something that we shouldn't have done. Right? That Ayo takes such a step that it looks like, and you could tell that the backcourt should have been Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu. But yeah, so that's why I said that, right? That's why I said that. Haize, why is smelling under ass even though the thought process? Because he's so far, like, you got to be sniffing ass to be having that type of thought process. That got to be like the ass juice and gases just absorbing into your brain sockets that then your brain can't function properly. That's what it got to be. It got to be that. But all right, y'all, I'll be back, man. Post game. Make sure you guys stay in tune with the channel. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See red. Let's get a dub.